Hello students, now we are going to discuss the topic, that is very important topic, that is common ion effect. It has application in qualitative analysis and it has also application in industrial chemistry. Common ion effect, it has a very important term, that is common ion. That means the particular ion will be common. Due to this common ion, the dissociation of electrolyte changes. But generally, in presence of common ion effect, if the same ion will be added, then the dissociation of weak electrolyte will be suppressed. That is called common ion effect. It is the effect of suppressing the dissociation of weak electrolyte by adding a common ion to it. Is very important, this thing. It is the effect of suppressing the dissociation of weak electrolyte by adding a common ion to it. That means when you add a particular ion which is already present in the solution, then the dissociation of the weak electrolyte will be decreased. For examples, let's take examples. For suppose acetic acid, as it is a weak acid, it maintains equilibrium with its ions. This is the ionic equilibrium of acetic acid because it is a weak acid. But when you add one strong electrolyte, salt, sodium salt or acetic acid, which is a strong electrolyte, highly soluble in water, then it is always highly dissociated, so it produces acetate ions and Na+ ion. Acetic acid is a weak electrolyte, it dissociates, produces acetate ion, H+ ion, but this is a weak acid, so it maintains equilibrium with the undissociated acetic acid and its ions. But when you add sodium acetate, which is a highly ionized, will be highly dissociated, it produces acetate ion and Na+ ion. But the difference is, does not maintain equilibrium, but the first one maintain equilibrium. So you see the difference. This ion is common in the product side. When this ion is common in the product side, that means the concentration of acetate ion increases in the product side. We know Le-Chatelier principle. When the concentration of product increases, equilibrium shifted towards backward direction. That means towards left. And this concentration increases, equilibrium shifted towards backward direction, forming undissociated acetic acid. That means by addition of acetate ion to the solution, the dissociation of acetic acid suppressed, decreased. That's why it is called what? The substance will be precipitated, the dissociation will be decreased, and the pH value will be also changed. That means when here in this case, if you add a sodium acetate ion, the pH of acetic acid, what happens? You see, as acetate ion increases, then H+ ion, when acetate ion will be added, excess acetate ion combines with H+ ion, forming again acetic acid. Then when these two ions will combine with acetate ion, these two ions combine forming acetic acid, the number of H+ ion in the solution decreases. If H+ ion decreases, pH of acetic acid increases. is very important. That means you remember for any weak acid solution, by the effect of common ion, the pH value generally increases, because H plus ion decreases means pH increases. This is very important. Also effect of common ion. Then let me take another example. The example like this: suppose ammonium hydroxide. We take ammonium hydroxide as is the weak base. It will maintain equilibrium with its ions. Okay. Then what happens? Then as it maintain equilibrium with ammonium hydroxide and its ions. Suppose you have one strong electrolyte, that is ammonium chloride salt. It is highly soluble in water, produce ammonium ions and Cl minus ion. Which ion is common? Here ammonium ion is common in this solution. These two ions are common. Then the product side, the ammono ion concentration increases. So as it is a reversible process, the OH minus combined with excess ammonium ion forming undissociated ammonium hydroxide. So OH minus decreases from the solution. So pH value of this solution, what happens? If OH minus is decreasing as equilibrium shifted towards backward direction due to extra ammonium ion increased. So ammonium hydroxide will be formed because it maintains equilibrium. It does not maintain equilibrium. This reaction cannot be reversed, but a fast reaction can be reversed. So OH minus in the solution will be decreased. If OH minus decrease means pH will be decreased. The pH value of this solution decreases. So this must remember, for weak base, by the effect of common ion, pH value decreases. For weak acid, by the effect of common ion, pH value increases. This is a very important application, explanation of the common ion effect. So we can use another examples, that purification of sodium chloride. If you take a sodium chloride in saturated form, saturated sodium chloride if you take, then it will maintain equilibrium with its ions Na plus and Cl minus. Already we have discussed that it may be a strong electrolyte, highly soluble, but in saturated form it is always maintain equilibrium. So NaCl in saturated solution will maintain, but very dilute solution will not be equilibrium. But saturated NaCl will be equilibrium Na plus, because saturated means some extra salt is added. So Na plus and Cl minus. If you add hydrochloric acid gas to the solution, the highly soluble produce H plus and Cl minus. Which is common? Cl minus is common here. As Cl minus is common, equilibrium shifted towards backward direction, forming undissociated NaCl. That means Na plus and Cl minus. Cl minus increases means it combines with Na plus Cl minus, forming NaCl solute. That means NaCl will be precipitated. That means the impure NaCl will be purified, will be recrystallized from the solution if used. Generally, crystallization takes place by boiling and again cooling. But here in this process, by using common ion effect without heating, also we can reprecipitate the NaCl solid, NaCl crystal. So this is also one purification of sodium chloride salt. Common salt can be purified by common ion effect by passing HCl gas. If you pass HCl gas, then NaCl will be purified. So this is the explanation of common ion effect. But what are the main application of common ion effect? Application generally already we know that in qualitative analysis already you know that in group 2 radicals are precipitated in sulfide form by adding H2S gas and HCl. That means first what happens, group 2 radicals add HCl, then followed by H2S gas. You pass H2S gas, then the group 2 radicals generally copper produce copper sulfide, and lead produce lead sulfide, zinc produce zinc sulfide, like this. Different types of sulfide will be produced. This sulfide gets different color and it produces as sulfide. These are group 2 radicals produced as sulfide when pass H2S gas. Here what happens, if you see the mechanism, here suppose copper ion is available in the solution, then copper ion, then if when pass which one, that HCl and H2S gas, it will pass. Copper ion already available, then if you see H2S gas, what happens? H2 gas dissociated produce H plus ion and sulfide ion, 2H plus ion and sulfide ion. But when you pass HCl, then what happens? When you pass HCl, then it produces H plus ion and Cl minus ion. As H2S is maintained equilibrium, then what happens? Then here, as H plus ion concentration increases, equilibrium shifted towards backward direction, forming H2S. So when H2S will be formed, then copper ion and H2S forming copper ion and H2, that is your sulfide, forming copper sulfide as precipitated. So again I am explaining this one, try to understand. Here what happens, when group 2 radicals, first HCl solution is added, followed by H2S gas. You pass HCl, you add HCl, then followed by H2S gas, then the group 2 radicals, which are group 2 radicals, copper 2 plus, Pb2 plus, zinc 2 plus, like this, these ions will be precipitated in the form of sulfide. Because when you add HCl, it produces H plus ion, so the concentration of H plus ion in the product side, in the right hand side increases. So as it is a equilibrium, according to Li-Chatelier French rule, the equilibrium shifted towards backward direction, forming H2S. That means dissociation of H2S suppressed, so that copper sulfide will combine in the form of copper ion instead of dissociation, forming precipitate copper sulfide. Because what happens here, the ionic product, here what happens, the soluble product of copper sulfide is low, as their copper sulfide, lead sulfide, zinc sulfide, their soluble product are low, so easily it will be precipitated in the form of copper sulfide. So this is the application of what? Similarly, group 3 is precipitated as if you add ammonium hydroxide, as it is produced equilibrium ammonium ion and OH minus ion. If you add ammonium chloride, then what happens is produce ammonium ion and Cl minus ion. So that what happens, when ammonium ion concentration increases in the product side, so equilibrium shifted towards backward direction, forming ammonium hydroxide. As ammonium hydroxide is produced instead of dissociation, so it reacts with the group 3 radical such as aluminium ion, Fe3 plus ion, and this aluminium ion and Fe3 plus ion. Suppose these two ions, aluminium iron ions. These two ions combine with your OH minus, that is ammonium hydroxide, forming aluminum hydroxide or ferric hydroxide will be precipitated. It is precipitated as white precipitate. It is produced as reddish brown precipitate because instead of a dissociation, it forms undissociated ammonium hydroxide. So ammonium hydroxide reacts with your ions which are available in the solution and they have low soluble product. As the soluble product of aluminium and iron, aluminium hydroxide, ferric hydroxide is low, so easily precipitated as hydroxide. That's why group 3A radicals can be separated. So these are the some application of common ion effect. Very important application. It is used in qualitative analysis and is also used in industrial chemistry. So you have to understand the use of common ion effect and its principle. Only one principle is due to common ion effect. You see every cases due to the common ion effect, the dissociation of weak electrolytes in each case becomes suppressed. So instead of dissociation, it will be precipitated. So dissociation will be decreased. So the corresponding salt which has low soluble product will be precipitated as in the form of hydroxide, in the form of sulfide, so like this, in the form of carbonate, group 4 also, group 4 precipitated as carbonate, as your barium carbonate, like this, strontium carbonate, calcium carbonate. So in this form it will be precipitated because their soluble product are low compared to other. That's why in group 4 generally we are adding ammonium hydroxide followed by ammonium carbonate, ammonium hydroxide and followed by ammonium carbonate. Due to this, the ammonium carbonate, this ammonium ion concentration increases and also again followed by ammonium chloride. You can add, then what happens? This ammonium carbonate, when it will be added, then ammonium ion concentration increases, then the salt, that is barium, then ions, barium ion, strontium ion, calcium ion will be precipitated in the form of carbonate only due to common ion effect. So these are the application of common ion effect. You practice and how the pH value changes in acidic solution and basic solution by adding a particular ion. Already explained, acetic acid pH value increases because H plus decreases by adding acetate ion in the product side. That's why H plus ion decreases means pH value increases. In case of weak base, when common ion is added, OH minus concentration decreases because the extra ammonia ion added will combine with the OH minus available in the solution, forming undissociated ammonium hydroxide. So in the solution, OH minus decreases, so pH decreases. So these are the application of common ion effect. You practice, any doubt you can ask later. We can discuss. Your doubt will be clear. Okay, thank you.